Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here to bring you a message from Spirit. Take what you feel resonates for you. Disregard the rest. Go about your day, my friends, and know that no matter what messages come through Spirit or through the cards today, it's still up to you, your active free will, the choices you make, and the steps you take in this world to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see. To me, that's personal freedom. It's personal power, and it's something that lies at the tips of your fingers and the soles of your feet, my friends. So use that power to do wisely. For all my subscribers, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like this resonates and you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. Join the journey with me. I'd love to have you along the ride. So I have a couple decks. I was strongly called to bring the Shadowscapes Tarot. I also have the Moonology Oracle, the Energy Oracle, and I was guided to open up today with a Message of Life Oracle by Mario Duguay. So I'm going to take a moment just to call in Spirit. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, and any of your spirit guides or my spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. I ask them to join us to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, and delivering messages that are for the most far-reaching, but for the highest good of everybody involved, or everybody watching today. Overcoming flew out, and they want me to show you the bottom of Master of My Life. And under here, application. And I think that application is going to be important, because whatever is being overcame, whatever you are overcoming, for some of you it was struggles, I heard, with self-confidence. For some of you it is struggling in the past you may have struggled to see this place where you could be the master of your world because things felt out of your control, and this paradigm is shifting now into one where it's a much more master of self kind of paradigm. So overcoming says, I overcome my fears, my anger, my ego, and all that separates me from my divinity. Through self-discovery and daily effort in my spiritual quest, I cause the light to grow in and around me. I am in the great school of life and know that each of life's tests is necessary so I can reign over my inner kingdom. And we have Master of My Life. I no longer leave my strength in the hands of my ego. I cease to feed my inferior nature, but make room for the divine presence in me. Thus I become the master of my life anew. I listen to my inner voice and act in accordance with my own truth. I live in abiding humility, grace, and love for the glory of God. And in this case, God is God, source, universe, however it is to you, whatever higher power that is to you. But I think it's time that we're applying a lot of the things we've learned over the past couple of years, over the past couple of months. A lot of these lessons that we have learned, we are now putting them into application and into our world. And for what I'm hearing is, for some of us, this could be the boundaries that we keep, right? We've learned. For some of us, it's our self-care rituals and what we do, right? Where we've learned what we need to do. For some of you, what I heard is just to kind of stay stable. And I'll give you an example for myself, okay? But this can apply to lots of other people or something similar for you, to make sure that you take time for you during the day. I know that if I get a sweat on most days, it boosts your mood, right? It boosts my mood, and things go a little better because you've had an outlet. There is a need for an outlet, what I heard is, okay? So for some of you, this is just really applying that also, if you know I'm hearing window of tolerance, but if you know that you are kind of stressed, I heard high cortisol, like things, you're not feeling like you're getting the downtime you need, that we're really going to need to take time to apply some of the tools that over the years we've come to learn that would be best for us. So some of this, for lots of us, exercise is a tool to really help balance mental health as well. And people experience things differently, but getting your body moving, it does release endorphins, right? It does release that stuff that, ups our mood. So for some of you, they're saying as well, like, just taking everything on a spectrum that you've learned, and there's no rules, okay? What they're saying is, you write the book here, okay? There's no rules. They're also coming down to food rules, that for some of you as well, they're giving me like an example of like a binge restrict cycle, and under that's attaining peace, and this is where it's going, is that I feel like it's attaining peace in terms of these cycles of binging and restricting. That obviously for the restrictive phase, it's not going to help, right? This could be to lots of different things. If we're trying to quit smoking, right, and we cut cold turkey and we're always going back, there's something here that's not working, and we need to kind of look and analyze what would help me, what is not working. Because if I keep trying the same thing over and over again, are we really going to expect different answers, right? So I look within myself and stop blaming the outside world for my misfortunes. Through my searching and my efforts to gain purity, I transform myself. The material riches that I have acquired are not important. The riches that I will discover within myself are all that matter. Step by step in my spiritual quest, I free myself, I rise higher, and I attain true inner peace. So, alright, guys, I'm laughing here because I was hearing, like, commercials, okay? So it's kind of like that BK commercial, have it your way. Or depending on where you live, like I live in Canada, but we get commercials for Sonic and Checkers and all this kind of stuff that looks amazing late at night. And depending on what you're doing, also is what I'm hearing is like you could be kind of getting tricked into, if you're not hungry but you're seeing something, right? You're being affected by advertisements, okay? So for some of you, that's one issue. But if you are being affected by other things, like if you're watching TV and you know that, you're being triggered, it's time to really change what we're watching or find something else that we're doing. So the laws of universal love take root in my life. Everything learned during my spiritual quest must be now applied. The knowledge of my mind will be transformed into life knowledge. I radiate love at all times. I overcome my ego. I allow light to transform my heart and my thoughts, and I act in accordance with the will of God. Everything, and then under there, I'm just going to show you two because it was return to greatness, right? Returning to this, excuse me, what I heard is whole self. And they flipped this out, was together in the light and underneath this step by step. And this is seeing the light within others and giving yourself grace, giving other people grace. But this is also being respectful to yourself and knowing what you see, right? When people step into our worlds and, we see them, if we see them for what they are, right? If we see manipulativeness, if we see red flags, we've learned from past experiences, this is, something that we're supposed to pay attention to. Okay? It could also be like, they're telling me the friends that you hang around, right? Like, this is all part of the energy that we become. So, for example, I'm still going to use the, kind of binge restrict, because that's the example they're giving me. But again, this can come with lots of things. It could come with alcohol consumption, it could come with smoking cigarettes, if that's something as well. We have justice that has flown out. What I heard is here, justice is light as a feather. It's not heavy. So when we speak our truth, we are unloading our burdens. We are no longer being weighed down. I think that it's important here that she is holding the feather because justice needs to be communicated. The butterflies here as well. There's a lot of fairies. But the butterflies here to me as well, it's speaking of this transformation, bringing this balance. Spirit, can you tell me a little bit about justice, please? And I do feel like whatever justice comes to you, this is definitely helping in the overcoming of whatever situation, right, or is going on. So where I was going with, and I completely lost track, and I'll look at these cards, is Seven of Pentacles, Six of Cups, right, wanting reunion, or kind of being happy within your world and knowing that you are in balance in your heart space and you have time to choose, right? You don't have to hurry anything along. I think this is also about having patience, knowing that when things are time and when the time is ripe, it's either going to fall off or you're going to pick it up. It's not going to be hard for you to attain what is meant for you and what you want in this world and what's going to bring you happiness, and I heard is satisfaction, like something that is grounded. In the Six of Cups as well, this is a comfort, homey feeling. These are teddy bear picnic or teddy bear tea party, but it is really, really protected in a safe place. And what I also heard is that it is this place of innocence here. And all of these fish, they're going here. So I feel like whatever you are overcoming as well, the judgment that comes in or the justice that's going to come for you, this is really going to, like I said, bring you back into wholeness and balance. And when you're radiating at your highest frequency, you are pulling. They're like, here it is, they're swarming, right? Like the bee to the flower. I'm going to just give you guys, they're telling me about the honeybee to the clover. Honeybees love white clover, okay? And sometimes, most of the time, you're going to find this white clover on the ground, okay? Be careful walking through this, because sometimes you cannot see that there are bees hiding underneath the clovers or trying to get the nectar, because the leaves of the clovers are hiding it. So sometimes they are saying here to, like, just to be aware of the dangers unseen, okay, is what I heard basically. And it's there's a significance to the bee sting as well. So let's see, at the bottom of the deck was the Knight of Pentacles. I do feel like this is moving forward with a firm stance and a firm idea of what we'd like our reality to kind of look like, but still open enough to the possibilities and change here, right? All these little ideas, all this light. For some of you as well, this is spirit, that you do have a lot of orbs around you. You may see it sometimes out of the corner of your eye. You might just kind of say, oh no, that was a dust fleck. But if the sun's not shining through the window and you're seeing some floaters, Spirit's guiding me to take this one, okay? You're seeing some floaters in there, or if you're, looking at a picture and you see it, Spirit will show itself to you. Also, they're giving me the spirit nudges. Okay, Spirit winks. I'm not wearing any earrings right now, but Spirit likes to flick my earrings. Not hard, but just enough to say, hey, we're here. When you're thinking about something, there's a lot of paying attention. So we have the Two of Swords. It did come out in the reverse. And there really is here an issue, a matter of the heart that a decision is being made into and the justice is coming from. What came out was Death in the reverse as well, and the bottom under there is the Tower. The Star in the reverse, Knight of Swords. We had the Chariot in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and they're telling me to go into here with the Nine of Wands in the reverse. A big burden needs to be put down. So there seems to be, and it could be like this almost doesn't seem like your energy, but it could be leading up to what I heard is there seems to be a real resistance to change or transformation, right? This justice needing these wings, right? And it could be, someone in your world, whatever the situation is that requires justice to be happening, or potentially this could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. You could have Scorpio as well, water signs, Libra. But it more feels like there's air here. It more feels like what they said is someone has had to make a head over heart decision, or it could have been something that was done in the past too. What I heard is, I heard skewed their knowledge or their vision. Things weren't exactly what I heard is what they thought. For some of you, I do feel like what I heard is, again, for some of you, this could be you or someone else. Like someone doesn't know or hasn't known in the past where a next meal could be coming from. There could have been a lot of food insecurities, and they're giving me this too. If we know that, First off, what I'm hearing is like, please visit the food bank if you're having trouble putting food on the table. And it is hard because, especially in rural places where I live, like I think you can come to the food bank in the town I live in like once a month or something like that. There's other ones that you can travel to. Some take a couple different times. Each different one has, I guess, their own policies on how much they're allowed and when you're allowed, and usually I think there's emergency numbers that you can contact if it's really, really important. Because when we want to take the question I heard of, if you're starving yourself and having trouble paying the bills, there really is no shame here. The cost of everything is high, inflation is high, okay? And I think that for some of you that could have been a lot of the difficulties, okay, is like putting food on the table. That's no joke, right? Like groceries have gone up, it's like triple the bill, right? You think about a big grocery shop you might have done 3-4 years ago, and then think about now, where that way less than that is costing almost as much as this huge grocery shop that you might have taken. So I think that it's what I heard is some people have to get really creative with leftovers. For some of you as well, it could be food insecurity. I did hear for some of you, if you have war, or if you have, different things going on in the world, in the area of the world that you live on, that it's stopping food security as well. This is also something that Spirit's saying we need to get really resourceful. I definitely am a strong advocate of foraging, making sure that you know what you're getting, right? You need to do your research and do your homework, because some things literally they will kill you, right? But things like blackberries, things like, wild raspberries, or, also I'm hearing like bartering systems, things that you can do to, know that you have a little more control over your food security is definitely it's nice to know, right, that you've put stuff away into your freezer if you're able to do that. But for if you haven't been able to do that, they're also saying, like, freeze your leftovers. You might not think that you have a whole bunch one day, but all of these things can add up to a little, like, a meal at some point, and you never know when. What they were saying is like what you can do with a can of soup. Okay, Spirit, someone's grandma, might be mine, but it also feels like what I heard is opening a can of beans, or not discounting beans and pulses, things, lentils. There's like everything that you can get a big bag and cook on you're getting how many different cans of this, right, for this, under the price of an entire can usually when you buy dry beans. So I'm gonna stop with that line, but it was just something I wanted to get out, because Spirits even like tofu, depending on the brand and the kind you get. Working in some fairly cheap protein ideas into your dinner, and like working around them, just to make sure that you're getting eggs, right? You're getting your nutrients that you need to have. Okay, so this definitely could be for some of you, like when the picking's ripe, like, like for myself, because like I said, I like to forage, but I've already been staking out some of the apple trees in my area where I like to forage, that's on public land, like it's okay that I'm going to go do this, and, like different areas too, like family and stuff where, right, on between, like personally, like we took our kids strawberry picking, not only fun, but the freezer's full of berries right now, between, just the work that we've put in to do that. But on my end, this feels really great, because I at least know that all winter time, when my kids like berries, they're gonna have them, and they're not gonna cost me crazy arm and a leg. So anyway, I'm gonna move on from that. But I do think for some of this death card here is, for many of us, a change of the way we are living. What I heard is imminent, but it may be necessary. So for some people, it's kind of like they're giving me like this dichotomy of like the farm kid and the city kid, which is my husband and I. He was raised in the city, I was raised on a farm in the country, and it's this, we've read the marrying, so to speak, right, of the ways and learning to come together, and there is benefits of both sides, right? But what I heard is that with this is that if you are coming from city or going other way around too, like there can be a lot of, it is a culture shock, in some ways. And they're also going on about like the moon here. We have old ways of living, or old time living. The Emperor on the reverse here, interesting. What I heard is someone may not feel completely in control of their body. If you resonated with the binging thing, that could happen too, right? Because weight fluctuations happen and it may not feel completely there. But I also feel like whoever this is for, you're very affected by the moon. So much so that for some of you, sometimes what I heard is you may actually feel like, they said a different person, but I feel like it's really important for you to know it's safe to take off the mask. It's safe. Especially they're saying like if you have ADHD or if you have, some neurodivergencies, if you're autistic, you learn how to mask certain things, right? How certain behaviors as well. Like if you even watch kids, they realize that certain behaviors don't get them liked or whatnot, and they have to kind of, I'm hearing corrective behavior. I don't really like that term. However, there is some stuff, and this could be a masculine energy as well, or entity is what I heard. The Two of Pentacles in the reverse, there's some unbalance, and under that was the Six of Swords. The Hermit's in reverse underneath there. That somebody just could not feel completely in control of themselves right now because there's a lot of secrets they've hidden, or there's a lot of stuff that they haven't explained right now. For some of you as well, they're telling me the healing power of mushrooms, okay, or like psychedelics and stuff like that. Justice, I opened it up, Justice is here again. So this could even be for some of you, if you were on the fight for mental health and trying to get, microdosing mushrooms acknowledged and legal. For some of you, what I heard is like you may be seeing some progress with that and some victory with that. There is some justice here. They're going on about research too. For some of you, you know that research needs to be done, so you may be like the scientists behind that are wanting to put the money in to fund kind of public research towards that. The issue, I think, finally it happens too, is they're saying like it's the same thing with marijuana. Until it becomes legal, it's really hard to study it. So I live in Canada, marijuana is legal. They are finally able to study it so much more though, and I mean, the chemical compounds that exist right within the plant, there's so much more that we are now learning anyway, right? And the uses. So we have the Chariot. I almost think it fell in reverse, but what I heard is don't thwart change. For some of you, go with the flow. There is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 baby turtles down here. This could be significant for a family of 5. You could be moving. But I think there's a lot underneath the surface here. And there's so much wealth of knowledge underneath here. This crab also here almost looks like it's holding an egg, fried egg. But they're telling me the turtles, like the turtle creation story and the spirals of time is what I'm hearing. The unicorns in this Chariot, it is important, but it's also important here. What I heard is we're moving as family, whether this is with soul family, but something, and it could be whatever the overcoming is that's really affecting family, right? So I'm going to end with a quick, because we've already made it long enough, so I'm going to get an oracle card for you guys today with the energy oracle on some helping energy that's coming in. A woman holding a heart. This could be a woman in your life that's got an offer for you. I heard the sun, something that's going to sustain you as well. This could be kind of your energy, holding things close to your heart, knowing that whatever you're moving forward, as long as it's done with your heart done with love, it's going to be success. They're also telling me Friday Night Lights. I hope I don't butcher it, but the coach used to say, what is it? Eyes wide, full hearts can't lose, or hearts full, eyes wide, something along the lines of can't lose. As long as you see what you're doing and your heart is what you're in it, you can't lose, right? And this is what Spirit's saying too. Whatever the situation is, you can't lose. Be bold and make the first move. Step out of your comfort zone. So we have the North Node, Cardinal Moon. It's time to take action with the new moon in Aries, and your dreams need a practical plan with the full moon in Taurus. So this could be for some of you definitely going after what you want, because you know you need to be bold and make a move, and the time for change is now, and you're just taking that bull by the horns. But we do have 2 horned animals here, the ram and this too, making it just To me, this speaks so much of dominance and authority over your own self, too, because ain't nobody fucking with either one of these, right? Mm-mm. What is it? You want the bull, you don't want, like, if you fuck with the bull or mess with the bull, you get the horns. Can't dodge it, ram it, right? These could be, for some of us, it's kind of, for some of us, we might get called hard-headed, but it's because you've seen this plan, you've seen this action, and you know that this vision, you're strong in it, and you see very firm in this belief. So, of course, as you're making this vision, you need to go towards it. Okay, so you may have a woman coming to you with an offer. You may also be a woman knowing that going from here, right, it's time to make changes that you feel good about in your heart. And if things feel off, they probably are, right? So that's the message I have. I love you all. Mwah. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.